Because, you know, I'm mostly quiet, but I got my spice to me. When I get spicy, I need someone to be like, calm down, calm down. And I'll be like, no.
Exactly.
Sorry about that. You tell me to calm down. I wanted to bite my own hand. Calm down. Tell me to calm down. But
hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This is NYC Chat Room with Tiffany and Lauren. Today we're going to review episode 3 of Marriage Bootcamp. If you like the video, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, let us know what you think.
First up, we have Jessica Dime and her fiance, Sean. I thought this was a really low-key episode for them. They didn't really have much going on. They had the household chores, all the couples had that, so they were washing clothes. And they worked relatively well together, I felt. So there was nothing really to report as far as them. I think that I love the way Jessica Dime talks. She has that southern drawl. It's very motherly and relaxing to me. And he has a similar kind of calm vibe.
You could tell they both mesh well with each other. His main thing was the controlling thing they were saying. You kind of saw that a little bit because he kept trying to tell her like where to put the clothes and why you put the clothes there.
Control that.
Yeah. So
it's like a macho man.
Right.
Like kind of class.
They're trying
like,
to
be the lady. I'm the man. I tell you.
That's why he feels, you know, some type of way that he's been saying about her ghetto-ness, her clothes, and all that because, you know, he's trying to, I guess, assert that role.
Yeah.
The second challenge they had was to drive blindfolded. Sean was the one that was driving, and Jessica had to direct him while he was pretty much, or they had like these glasses or something they couldn't see. So they had to go around an obstacle course. He still was not listening to her too much. Like you could tell they were kind of nitpicky with each other. But overall, they were able to get through it. Second, we're going to talk about Fizz and Tiffany. Drewski. Yes.
Drew and Tiffany.
Yes, so Drew, aka Fizz, aka I'm gonna call him Drewski, and Tiffany. So their chore was to clean rooms, and pretty much
they end up in the bed.
It was Fizz, Drew.
Will he grip her leg?
He act like
he's like that grown man.
He's like a little horny toad. Like, will you calm down? Like, just clean the room. He's like, lay down with me. She was like, I'm not. Get me out the pants. Like. She was getting so hot, and he knew that it was triggering her, and he would not leave that girl alone. But eventually, she got out the pants and walked out of the room because she was over his shit. Like, she wanted no parts of it. Talking about because the last time he called her an appetizer, she wasn't trying to hear that. So she got out of it.
I think at this point of filming that they're not together, as we stated before, and she's in a whole nother relationship. I'm even starting to look like, was she like maybe the beginning few weeks of pregnancy, because she's wearing very loose clothing, and I don't know how
because
long
they said
ago.
this was a while ago.
That's what I remember. You said that, so I was like, maybe it was longer ago than it's possible for a pregnancy. But I just feel like she's already wrapped up in something else because she's really putting up these boundaries, like, stay away from me. That could be because of what she said. I'm not saying that she can't just have respect for herself and say, I'm not your appetizer. But my spidey senses are telling me that she has a man at home that they're watching it together now. Like, let me see what you did when you was in that house.
Right. For me, I feel in her instance, like she said towards the end when they had the kind of the talk with the judge, at the last part they had to all speak with the judge, and for Tiffany and Fizz, she kind of explained how she felt like she gave a lot of herself to the situation, and she's tired of that in her life.
In her life. On Love and Hip Hop, you see that she lost her best friend to Fizz's baby mom, Moniece, Drew's baby mom, Moniece. So it seems like she was just saying in general, she feels like she gets shortchanged in relationships. Yeah. Which I can relate to.
Right.
So I thought she was more speaking generally. The same way when Drew went and spoke to the therapist, he was sharing some of his problems and how it presents itself in relationships. I don't think he's even concerned about his relationship with Tiffany moving forward.
No, he's not.
I think he was just generally speaking about
why does he get to that point with women.
That he's been here a few
and
times
it never
with
goes.
the women that he's actually taking seriously, and I don't think she's one of those women. When someone is insecure, they tend to transfer that feeling to the next person.
And
like,
he
why
didn't realize
can't
that until that moment.
better?
But I think in that episode he realized that. Another thing is they were the losers in the driving challenge. He was the driver who was blindfolded, and she was the one who was directing him. He wasn't listening to shit she said. Fizz, aka Drew, is getting on my last goddamn nerves. He is
cute.
He's cute, but he's annoying as hell. His attitude, the way he is, it's annoying.
I don't find him annoying. I find him to be chill.
God.
I find him to be chill and laid back, and I mean,
he's
compared to some of the other men on the show, I find some of them much more annoying. I.e., Waka Flocka and Soulja Boy.
They had to serve the winner, who was Mo and Carl, who we'll get to. But when he fell with them damn pretzels and
Sorry, my bad. You want some more pretzels? More pretzels, sir?
They were trying to make it seem like it was an accident. That was a real fall. He busted his ass. He was like, ugh.
That's what Little Mo said, because I followed her on Instagram. Somebody was like, was that real? And she was like, that was real. I didn't think they were going to keep that in the episode. They got it like, you want some pretzels?
They tried to edit it like, because he poured the thing kind of funny. When I saw that, I was like, no, he really fell. Ain't nobody going to fake fall that ugly. Like, it's not going to happen.
All the pretzels. He was like, my bad, you want some pretzels?
Next, we have Lil Mo and her husband, Carl Dynamite. Okay.
Yes. The Dargans.
I found their dynamic to be really balanced.
It is overall.
They talk
surprisingly
about the whole Lil Mo's husband. I almost said wife again. Lil Mo's husband.
Right.
But when you see them interact, there is no control in this episode. It seemed like it was pretty even.
She released it, as they said. It looks like she did try to give
I think that's
him.
normally how they work. I think it's more the public pressure that gets to them.
Maybe.
I don't think that, unless she's a really good actress, I feel like that was a peek into their real life outside of the outside
because
influence.
She does often talk about being wife, right, so to say. And she's always said that even in her past relationships, she's always held her husband up, very high as far as what her role is and what a man's role is. She's very into that as far as what the traditional role should be for men and women.
Right.
So she's always been that way. So in this episode, like you said, I think it is the public, when they're in the public, or how the public sees things, because she's more established than he is, which you see in relationships all the time. When a woman's more established than a man, automatically people assume, oh, she wears the pants, she does this. They never take into consideration what the people's vibe or what their balance is.
Right.
So for them, they all had to wear like big pants and be stuck together. So when they had to do that, they worked well together. You could tell that it is something that they do. They have a connection. They do have a good connection with each other. And there's they had to do like exercise. They had to figure out exercise routines while being attached to each other. And then the driving.
And he's an athlete, so he took the lead on that.
Right, he did.
So
yeah, and with the driving, she was the driver.
She was the driver. He was directing her, and he was reassuring her.
Yeah, and they did really they got through it real smoothly.
Yeah, except for that random car bunny, whatever it was that got demolished.
She did roadkill.
But they can't be driving shit through it. Like, what was that?
And
got somebody on the side, remote controlling a car.
It looked like they were like on the side of a cliff. I would be like, I'm not blindfolded on no side of no cliff. That was a little fishy.
Big ass property. Whose house is that?
It is.
It's like a compound.
Yeah, it's like in the hills, I'm sure, somewhere in California. But they got too much brush fires for me. I don't need that type of problem. And they are the one who won the overall challenge for the day and got served the dinner by
that
Fizz
dinner
and
looked
Tiffany.
Struggling.
It was dry.
What the hell? They have like regular ass soda.
Yeah, and it looked cold.
Yeah, no.
The steak was
nice
cold.
dinners. You have like soda in the pitcher. They had
and that was a hearty steak. Like that should have been seasoned.
They was all touching the steak.
Oh, she did when she rubbed the
Yeah, you don't play in people's food. You don't play in black folks' food.
Yeah, like she was like using her finger to rub it on there. Like, we remember them old
She's
ass
like, I'm
peppers.
putting peppers on there. Like you got your with her nails, you know,
and
germs.
then marinated the potato.
She was too handsy with their food.
She was. I don't know. Maybe that was just for TV. They didn't really eat that shit. But still, don't serve me nothing you done got your fingers all.
Yeah.
That was gross. They worked well together.
They serving rich people peanut butter and jelly. That was weird.
Yeah, I guess that was the losers. They had to have
Pasta.
peanut butter.
Come on, these are grown people.
Yeah.
Peanut butter and jelly?
That's prison food. No. Like I said, you just look like you're in Get Out.
Because I feel like I'm like...
You're like sitting there like...
my eye, it's hurting. It feels like an eyelash.
You're like, I'm not trying to blink.
Dead ass, not trying to blink. My watery nose?
No.
Okay.
All right, so next we have Nia and Soulja Boy. These two they're a mess. Now we see, yeah, it is him. But we see in his social media now on Instagram and everything that he's with some new chick that he's with. What I think is I don't believe that, because he's doing too much for it. And I think he's just trying to get her back for something, or they're just mad at each other at the moment. So I don't believe this new situation he's in with this new girl. But on the episode, they literally had to wash dishes in the pants. Like that was
like he fucked with her on purpose.
He's so childish.
Yeah.
He starts talking about her breast stink. Like, are you in kindergarten?
And he kept saying it.
Yes, calling her
Like,
funky ass breast. Like, I'm sure Soulja Boy looked like his shit stink.
She was like, your breath always stink.
Right, like that came from the soul.
And
like she meant
his
that.
Comeback was always like, well, your breath stink. Your breath do stink. I'm talking with that stank ass breath.
Stank
Why
breath,
you yelling at me? I
girl.
just told you your breath stink. He kept poking until she broke that plate.
Did.
I don't know how she put up with him, because I can't do that poking stuff. Like my temper, he would caught that plate upside the head.
And she kept saying stop, and he kept doing it.
She was really like mature about it. She's like, all I'm trying to do is make a suggestion for us to work together. Well, I'll do it, but next time I'll do what you said, damn.
Yeah. And then in the beginning, when she brought that breakfast, let me tell you something. If I bring you breakfast in bed, and I ask you if this is your favorite jelly, and you don't even say thank you,
I'll drop that plate right in the floor.
Let me tell you something. I wouldn't even drop it. I'm taking back my jelly. Like, I will scrape that jelly off to where you don't even taste it.
He's a spoiled, entitled little brat. He doesn't act like a man his age. Maybe that's how someone who's been Soulja Boy for 15 years acts. I don't know. But it's not acceptable. And she needs to take responsibility for herself, because for him to lay there and put one hand on the blanket, like, and then not even say thank you, like, he's a jerk.
Judge said to him, like, you don't treat people that way.
He literally is like Dr. Jekyll and Mr.
Who raised this girl?
He enjoys being on the high horse. When she's washing the dishes, he was perched up, like, watching her.
Right.
Like, yeah, do that.
And he's like, yo, I'm going to wait till you watch everything, and then I'm going to dry it. Like, why are you being difficult?
When he was arguing with her, he called her a broke bitch.
Yes,
and
he did.
I think that in their relationship, he feels like, you are privileged to be around my rich ass. Of course you're going to go get me the kind of jelly, because maybe he pays a couple bills of hers.
Maybe.
He buys her fancy bags, and she comes with him to restaurants. So it's like, I don't have to say thank you for no jelly. I paid your rent. Right. Like, I think that's kind of where he's coming from with it. Like, I'm not going to dry no. You wash it. I'm rich, and I can buy and sell your ass. Yeah. He talks about it too much. So I think he feels like whatever he does for her financially, she needs to do everything else with him and pretty much kiss his ass for everything else.
Right. You can't nitpick, irritate somebody, and then come outside talking about you good. Like, no, I'm not good.
His face even looks different when he's in. She talked about this grown man switch.
Yeah.
I was like, yes, because when he is adult Dre, his features look different.
Right.
When he gets into that tantrum tizzy, he looks like a goon. Like, his face changes. Yeah. It just looks like two different people.
And Soulja Boy, you high every episode. Like, you should be relaxed.
Yeah.
Like, why are you so high? Like, you are high the whole. Every time I see you smoking, like, you need to chill out. Like, why are you still so
high strung?
Right. Like, calm down. So even for the driving section, they crashed everywhere. They damn near rolled off the cliff, because Soulja Boy was not listening to nothing that she said. Even the doctors was like, they gonna mess up this whole course. Like, they probably had to reset that whole thing after they were done, because he wasn't listening to anything that she told him. That speaks to him. Like, he doesn't listen to nothing she says.
He probably don't listen to nothing nobody says, because he's the breadwinner.
Because he's been out, and that's the thing. When they start so young, he started at what, 14, 13?
We see the same tendencies with Bow Wow, how he just has these like
these breakout,
these little like childish tantrums where they feel like the world revolves around them, and the disrespect to women is there.
Right,
like,
and that's because they came in and people were so kissing their asses since they were so young.
They didn't have to go through that awkward teenage phase where you got to be like, I gotta court women, because beautiful women were probably like, please
come
pick
to me,
please pick me.
Even
so they never had
since
to go
they
through
were
that
as young as they were,
phase.
they were probably having grown ass women come
like
up to them trying to be with them. So they don't know anything.
I'm like, come on, you don't look like that video girl who I lost my virginity to.
Right.
So I'm not kissing your ass.
I'm surprised Soulja Boy has even dealt with Nia for so long, because of probably the variety that he has. But
she's not. I think she's developed to this place because she probably was a yes person at first, but now she checks his ass like, don't talk to me like that. And I think that she's there for a genuine reason, I feel, and that's
she
probably
is
hard
there.
for him to
and
find.
I think what it is every time he's broken or he's down, he runs to her. He's there. He wants her to build him back up, and then when he's up a little bit, then it's like, all right, I'm gonna go be an asshole again. So I don't know if that's going to change anything he does. I doubt it.
Probably not.
Right, because we see how he is. But
this way of doing things, it pretty much raised him. 2 weeks not going to change.
It's not.
15 years of Soulja Boying. Okay, we have Waka and Tammy. For me, this was the most interesting couple this week because there's a lot of shit right under the surface with Waka and Tammy. And I feel like humor is what they use to kind of mask all of the really heavy shit that's going on there. And Tammy, just from what I know, I've seen from her over the years, I think that she grew up learning how to react in anger. She talks about her mother saying that she was angry when she spoke to the judge and she broke down. I can identify with Tammy because, you know, growing up a certain way, you kind of you lash out, but then you also learn how to kind of accept dysfunction a little bit. So I think that she's learned from her childhood to accept dysfunction and laugh about it and have these moments of raging out, and then you go back to just laughing. Waka Flocka, he kind of lashed out at her in a very awkward manner. It was over the top. I think he's trying to front for the cameras, and she's not really allowing him to do that in the way that he wants to. He wants to come off as this positive, lovey-dovey couple, but she's too angry. She's too angry at him for the cheating stuff. She broke down crying. You can see that pain is really raw and real, and he just kind of snapped on her after the driving exercise. Because they snap at each other. He tries to laugh it off and joke, and then I think that's a cycle for them. Where it's like, and she's like, man, don't touch me. He's like, you know what, fuck you too. And then it's back to,
and that's what
trying to pretend.
That's what the doctor was saying, because he was saying that, or maybe it was the female doctor, I don't remember, but they were saying how he pushes her buttons to create this friction because that's his, I guess that's some type of turn on, like just so that they can get back to the intimate side. So you could tell he pushes her and pushes her. That's why the whole episode she was pretty much cursing him out the whole time. Because
that's the thing, is that I like a good joke. I like a good prank. I like all of that. But you know who you're dealing with and what they find funny. You know, one person might be able to tickle them. Next person is like, don't tickle me. You knew that she wasn't going to like being pushed in that pool. And
we know Tammy for her appearance and you know, her always pretty much being together. Every time, even if she's in lounge clothes, she's always together. So the fact of her saying something to him, he just walked into the pool. Like, why would you do that?
And she's so tiny that she couldn't really resist. He should know that she wouldn't have found that funny. You know your mate and what their sense of humor is. So I feel like he just didn't give a damn that was going to piss her off. And that's super annoying. You want to talk about Drew being annoying? Waka Flocka is constantly like joking around. It's annoying to me. I don't like that personality type. I think she has a good sense of humor as well, but he's like a kid brother almost.
He is. I mean, over the years, from when we remember Waka Flocka coming out originally, I do think he's grown a little bit, but this side of him, I think, is just maybe the last bit that needs to, you know, blossom. So he needs to find another way for him to get, you know, his rocks off in that sense. Even with the driving situation, who was driving? Tammy was driving. He still was irritating her instead of just doing the directions, and like he said, why are you cursing? Why are you doing that?
And she was snapping before he could even talk.
She was.
They both were irritating me because he was like, turn it, and she's like,
yeah.
And I'm like, oh my, this is stressful.
And even the doctor brought up a good. I mean, not the doctor, the judge, when she says a conversation has a lot of pauses because you take the time to actually think and process what the person is saying before you react. Even when the judge was saying that to Tammy, she kept like wanting to say something else, like no, I'm not, not. Like she wouldn't let her. She was like, see, you're doing it right now. So I think in that moment, that's when Tammy realized, you know, I do have a problem too. It's not just him, because I need to fix that, because even when they tried to interact with each other, they were still going back at it. And she talks so fast. Like she just
like a little chip.
Yeah, like she was just talking so fast.
I like Tammy though, and I identify with that inner anger that you grew up in certain neighborhoods and fighting is a part of your life and a part of your reality day to day. Violence, just this certain lifestyle.
Right.
You carry that with you into your adult years, even if you don't go around fighting. You still have that edge to you. And I feel like hers just sits right under her skin.
Yeah.
So the slightest provocation and she's like, like ready to go off. So
true.
I think that she needs a lot of anger management. But how can you manage your anger with a cheater as your husband who is a cheater and a jokester and don't take nothing really seriously until he gets mad? Then it's like, no, get away from me. I don't talk to me. Talk to her. It's like, yeah, I think that he needs to first. I don't know about their relationship. It seems like there's some really good parts to it from what I've seen, but then there's also some not so nice parts that I don't think are quite resolved yet, like we said last time. But I like Tammy. I think she's. I do like her.
So anyway, that was the episode. It was a pretty good episode. We enjoyed it. So we will see you next week for episode 4. Thanks for joining us. This is NYC Chat Room with Tiffany and Lauren. Have a good night, guys.